When I first tried out for cheerleading at the end of 8th grade, I had no idea what I was getting into. I just thought it sounded like something fun to do with my friends. A lot of other girls in my grade had dreamt of being cheerleaders their whole lives, but I'd never thought of it at all. It was a pretty spur-of-the-moment type of decision. So I tried out, made the squad, and didn't yet realize how that decision was going to change my life. My freshman year, I guess cheerleading was kind of a joke. We spent more time making posters than actually practicing any stunts. But being a freshman, I thought that was what cheerleading was. But with my sophomore year came a new head cheerleading coach, Coach DiBlasi, and she was determined to turn this program around. She had harder tryouts, higher expectations, and a completely different view of cheerleading. The first thing she did was sign the varsity up for the state cheerleading competition. Next, we all got to work. Practice was never again sitting around and talking. It became a series of intense workouts, including running 2 miles a day, weightlifting, stunting, and hundreds of jumps. I have to admit that I was not excited for this change, and neither was anyone else. We certainly didn't make it easy on her. But by the time we reached our senior year, we were better athletes, better cheerleaders, and better people than we'd ever imagined possible. She had pushed us to our limits, and because we respected her and each other so much, we also started gaining respect from the school. All of a sudden, the crowd started joining in on our cheers, even requesting their favorites. No one was making fun of us anymore. People would even comment on how hard our practices looked and how fun we were to watch at the games. Our senior year at state was our final chance to prove how strong of athletes we were, and after a somewhat disappointing finish at state the previous year, we were determined more than ever to perform with absolute perfection. We had been preparing for that 2.5-minute routine for months, maybe even years if you consider all of the skills that go into it. We had our pep talk from Coach DiBlasi, and we saw a sea of orange and black in the stands, waiting to cheer us on. We took the mat, the music came on, and we performed. It was the best performance we'd ever had. Every stunt was perfect, every jump, every dance move, and every smile. We had it all, and we couldn't have been more proud of how we did. Coach DiBlasi even cried with joy as we left the floor, and we could tell that our hard work paid off. We ended up getting 4th place at state, but it certainly felt like first. I was so glad that Coach DiBlasi came to be our cheerleading coach. She changed everything for the better and made us believe in ourselves and turned all of us into defenders of the greatly underestimated sport of cheerleading. I knew that the squad would be in good hands for years to come as long as she was there. We came to find out only a few weeks later that would be Coach DiBlasi's last season coaching at Ames High. She accepted the position as head cheerleading coach for ISU, and although it was a great move for her, all of us, even those graduating, were worried about what would happen to Ames High Cheer after she was gone. Because of Coach DiBlasi and everything she did for cheerleading, I decided there was no way I could let cheerleading drop back down to where it was before. That's why I've been working toward my coaching endorsement and am now assistant coaching cheerleading for Ames High. I can't believe that someone like myself, who used to think cheerleading was a joke, turned into a hardcore cheerleader who loves it so much that I want to be around it for the rest of my life. I only hope that someday I can be a coach just as good as Coach DiBlasi and can continue what she began.